So this kind of mysterious knowing is somehow connected to remembrance, as we spoke yesterday. It's something that it's like you're being reminded, but where from? Is it past lives? Is it soul level? Who knows? Who knows? It's not important unless you know something about it. Yes, but what is the inner core? Do you know what the inner core is? It's just like saying the mystery, you see, the unknowable. Because when we say life, existence, yeah, but when you look behind the scenes to the deepest source of knowledge, that's yes. What is the real us? What is the real way? What is God? Yes, and where does that consciousness come from? Oh, come on! That's not an argument. It is? You know, I've often tried to put my head into this. And there were moments when I said, okay. That you cannot do. That you cannot do. It's entering a state in which there was only one. But then if the mind begins to ask, okay, but what is this one? Then you realize that it just doesn't work. You can go insane if you want. So just to, my God, that's when you enjoy too much. What I want you to do, and to really start doing it this month, that's essential, an essential component of self-expression. And that's the last ingredient. Remember, we have the meditations, we have the daily practice, which is not, it's just ongoing. It's you do it whenever you remember. And remember, especially when you don't feel like doing it. That's the best times. And the last thing is to make what I fondly call the book of knowing. Get yourself a beautiful notebook. Title it, the book, my book of knowing. And start creating sentences and statements of things that you simply, that you know, that you don't think that you know. That you know. This means that you are starting to create, to make conscious this body of knowing, and even if you reach only one sentence that you're sure without a doubt that the doubt cannot touch, cannot twist, cannot overshadow, that is amazingly a lot. You see, to have one sentence of knowing, it means that you already have something that is golden, unaffected, that transcends thought, and that can actually command your entire being, because as soon as you have that you have a center, a true center. And this sentence you can always return to. You see, if I'm confused, I'm in a dark moment, I can open my book of knowing and I can look, oh, here is something that I know. Here is something that even with my currently insane mind, I know. And to begin to feel that is probably the one most significant thing you could do in your spiritual and human evolution. So start creating sentences according to asking yourself, what did I learn? What is my wisdom? The wisdom that I derived from certain experiences in my life. What? And try to remember moments in which you responded strongly to truth, from movies, from lectures, from this school maybe. I wrote certain examples that, for example, do I know that I am a soul and not a mere physical and mortal being? These are just suggestions. It's not. I'm just triggering your own body of knowing. Do I know that something exists beyond the senses? Do I know that love is an invincible power? Do I know that a certain partnership I have is the type that lasts for the rest of my life? Do I know that I have a certain mission to complete in this lifetime? Do I know that anger is caused by fear? Do I know that fulfillment of desire cannot really satisfy my soul? Do I know that there is one thought or emotion that I must overcome in this lifetime? So these questions, they are here just to show you that there is a variety of knowing. It's not necessarily ultimate statements. They can be very specific. Questions? Yes, please. Why do we cling to traumas? More than good experiences? Yes, because the mind is addicted to, pays attention to negativity. The mind has you need to understand, it starts with good intentions, because the mind is the protector of the organism. Okay, that's what it does. I always say that, and its role is to recognize problems. Okay, that's why you can have a wonderful life, but then one problem, and then the mind immediately pays attention to that problem. It forgets all about everything is taken for granted because there's no danger. And it doesn't need to pay attention. So it shifts its attention from the good things because they are already taken care of, you see? That's why minds don't know to appreciate. Because what is there to appreciate? There is a problem. Don't you see? So minds need to take care of problems and to pay attention to things that endanger the organism. Emotionally, mentally, physically. That's why, of course, they always worry, even if our lives are amazing, great. So then, when the mind needs to remember things, it will obviously remember those events that signify problem or future danger. You see? Because what happened to us in trauma signifies a possible future risk for the organism. You see? So then it tells you that, I don't know, sexual molester that you met at the age of 5 is actually a representative of many humans or all men, or that could happen to you in any relationship. And then it keeps, whenever you approach something similar, it tells you, hey, 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 dangerous, dangerous, you're traumatized. So basically it does what it's meant to do, to signal danger. But the mind is also extremely stupid. It's so mechanical that what it does is that it is unnecessarily sending endless signals of danger all day long. That's why we are so stressed, because we are always under attack, which is completely imagined, you see? Nothing is happening. And we imagine that we are really under attack, we are at war. That's it. So minds do that. And our major task is not to kill minds or to tell them how to think. They don't know what it doesn't work like that. Because when you do that, you come from the mind. And all you get is a split in the mind between the educator that tells the mind what should happen and the conditioned mind. Never worked. Like, try to tell the mind, be silent. Okay? But you are the noise when you tell that.
Yes.
That is why it's. That is why we need to shift to the heart. You see, we need to shift to the heart, and the heart really doesn't look at problems. It doesn't remember problems. It doesn't remember pain. It is. It is positivity itself, you see? That's what it perceives, and that's why it softens and relaxes the agitation in the mind, and then it begins to command it, you see? It just, suddenly the mind feels held. It's like a lost child, suddenly feeling the mother touching it again, you see? And, that embrace, that is what I was longing for. Now I don't need to worry. Right? So, it's not about taming the mind, it's just about putting ourselves where we're meant to be. You said that, right? Being at home. That's home. Yes.
so many times there are moments where we are triggered and we get to feel negative emotions. Now, if I look back to the previous school sessions, then we talked about will, that precedes the suffering, that comes before the negative emotion.
Yes.
And now we talk about the heart as the center of our positive expression. So what I'm asking is not a very nice question, as you can see, but like, what is the connection between our will and the heart? Like, how can we combine that somehow?
Yeah, that's a great question. What is the connection between our will and the heart? Because we have come to know in relation to self-expression two centers already, right? I'm not including the third center because that is waiting for us in the next two weekends. But we have come to know that the activity of the importance of two centers. One is the third chakra, which is the will, and this weekend we are activating the heart chakra, which is the center of so many important qualities that determine our expression. Now, what is the connection? Basically, think of it. The heart is the king or the queen. The heart tells you which of your wills is truly noble, truly authentic, truly worthy of pursuing. Will is blind. It just wants. Will in itself is great energy, but it is also contradictory, and it can be easily misdirected. Take will and mind and combine them, and you just get a real mess. Your heart tells you what is worthy, what is noble, what is beautiful, what will is aligned with your soul. And it also changes the path of the will by making the process itself meaningful, by softening the rough edges of the will, by making it also non-violent, by giving it context of meaning and purpose. So the will without the heart is blind. That's why I started this weekend by saying, you are the heart, okay? That's the most complete understanding of what it means to be a human being, as far as I understand. And all other centers of our being need to obey what our heart knows, what our heart commands, the direction it gives to the entire being. And as I said yesterday, it's not even our spiritual part. They're completely empty, and because that basically says nothing. You see, ask pure consciousness to tell you what to do. It will tell you, nothing. And so if you try to obey that, you will say, oh, okay, so I meant to do nothing, but so what, but why am I still moving? I'm still breathing, my God. Okay, I will stop. And you will try to stop breathing to obey pure consciousness, you see. It's basically suicide, right? It doesn't work. Our spirit, we are not meant to be pure consciousness in human form. It's unless we want to be like our friend here, you see, which is beautiful. If you want to do that, you are most welcome. But somehow you don't strike me as that. You're still moving, and you look. There is some naughtiness in your eyes, which says, "Hey, I'm alive, and I want to do things." So, I will not have time for anything. Otherwise, it's just. So you are the heart, and when that is your perception, then I always say the heart is just in the middle, and it merges so elegantly and intelligently the 3 lower chakras and the 3 upper chakras, and it creates a fusion. And in that fusion, the awakened humans appear with a sense of purpose and a sense of meaning in light of pure consciousness. Let's take 15 minutes break, and we'll meet for our closure. Thank you.